here's the problem of what happens. Someone buys a horse because they have this irrational, emotionally based reasoning that maybe this horse is better than the previous horses. Maybe this horse seems really sweet in this moment when we're close to them on the ground, and it blinds them from what is actually happening when they're sitting on the horse's back. Someone who, in this case, was someone who spent months with me one-on-one and putting in the time and putting in the effort and learning the horse language. But when the emotional wants, I want it now, override the rational ability to step back and see the horse, irrelevant of what the current owner is saying the horse is. The horse is always honest in their behaviors. So there are plenty of tell signs that the horses can display showing physical agitation, inability to stand still, over enthusiasm in offering things before asked. There's lots of red flags that even if you don't know why, even if you don't know how come, even if you don't know the history, the horse in this moment is displaying what he is mentally and emotionally experiencing, and therefore he's offering these physical behaviors. And yet so many people want to overlook them, or they want to believe the sales pitch ad, which is often a justification. Here is why the horse is acting like this, or he's just excited, or he's just ready to have a good time. It's all these irrational human emotions that has nothing to do with the horse's experiencing. And so, because it seems like we can sort of ride the horse, we can sort of stop the horse, we take him home. And then we've now taken this already defensive, anticipative, perhaps fearful, reactive animal, and we're bringing him into an entirely new environment. And because I want to go for the ride now, or I want to do this with my horse, we rarely allow for time for that horse to settle into the new location. We rarely reassess how does the horse feel in his new environment, whether it's change in feed and diet and lifestyle and riding and, all these different changes that are happening. It's all about what I want right now. And then when this horse who started off overwhelmed and who now is continuing in a new situation, being overwhelmed, having new things asked of him, and he doesn't have the education, skill set, or trust in the human experience, he starts acting out, and they do. They're now stuck with a horse that wasn't what they wanted, and they either can financially invest in him and the horse that we want, the horse that we would like to have, or they pass him off to someone else. And often the latter is the case. These horses that are fearful, reactive, defensive, such as this horse that I then met when the owner called me in a panic. The first time I met him and I showed up with the horse trailer, he was rearing, striking, and biting. And it was not the first time that he had done this. You could tell he had been bullied into the trailer. Then they started telling me that the old owners wanted to bring him and deliver him to them, which is unreasonable. They were just a few miles down the road. Red flag, something more is going on. So you can see where this is going. So this is not something that is unique. This is not something that unfortunately is rare. And it is something that now takes up a majority of my horse re-education and rehabilitation time, which is something I never set out to do 20-something years ago when I started all of this.